the ether stick.
Things might get interesting.
I thought he said
Usually
that.
it can sometimes. When I entered here.
He says it sometimes, but not all the time.
Oh, mamma
I know,
mia.
but like,
Thank you for clarifying.
I'm just saying. I mean to upset
We
you.
going in? Are you?
Alrighty.
Alright. Let's do this. Oh shit.
See that? Hey, you.
Well, the 1-1.
Oh, I didn't upset you with me saying that, did I?
I just realized I accidentally broke my finger guns.
Oh, I'm so tired as well. I'm working on a quiz.
Rowena, at the end, you might want to change your avatar to super.
No. Let it stay like this. Let it
No,
stay like
that's
this.
beautiful.
It's me, Luigi.
It's good.
Yeah, I have actually my username.
No, this is fine.
Luigi.
Okay.
It's interesting to see so many gone people in meme avatars.
Yes.
Respectful and embrace.
Yes.
Hello, Captain.
Yeah, I'm saving your frames. I've been 100 polygons.
I'm a Luigi.
And then some.
Wow, she really just jumped into oblivion.
It's perfect.
By the way,
I thought
Steve,
about it. And
Yeah, you can turn that on separately though.
Steve's gonna probably bring it up for that. If I come in turning your world
the
volume,
concept of difficulty, it's interesting.
Yeah, I hear the wind. It's at somebody.
Mine's at, I can hear I'm at 70.
okay, that's
Let get this
almost 4 out.
making sure.
It's up in my forehead this way.
Interesting.
You gotta get like real close to it, like this.
Join last events because there was
See, this is the pilot.
Okay, so tell us.
That's what this tour is.
She's moving.
I recommend not smoking cheese. I was so sad, you know that?
I
sad for you.
have been smoking sheen for months. Do you see anything wrong with me? Don't answer that question.
Oh, that's good.
Sad.
Just what I said.
I see everything.
Give it a big ol' inhale.
Everything. I see it all.
So maybe something.
Stay with me, Luigi. Stay with me.
Like Lucian said,
This is a pretty starving.
Once we get to...
I want the invincibility. Oh no! King Boo!
Oh, this is
You
gonna be
know,
great.
that's been. It hasn't happened to me yet today. But I've heard
My
some
friends. My friends, your attention, please. Kindly gather around where you can hear. Apologies for interrupting. My friends, this is a story-based tour. And as with any tour in the real world, we kindly ask that you remain silent during narration. However, it is absolutely imperative you do talk, laugh, joke, and cheer with your friends as we walk, as planning and working together with your friends is the only way to new endings of this story. My friends, make sure your world music is turned on. Music is an important part of the tour. You should clearly hear the wind blowing. My friends, enough talk. Without further ado, The story begins. Everyone, please click the yellow save point.
Oh, hell yeah. 2-story house is luxury here. I've never had an apple before.
My friends, the story begins. Between the forest and the countryside, there sits a lone house. And in this lone house is a young girl. Every evening, she looks out her bedroom window and her imagination soars. She wonders about the faraway, exotic places her father always tells her about. She closes her eyes and she can see them. Beautiful cities filled with waterfalls and white birds. Majestic mountains capped by clouds so soft one could fall asleep on them. She wonders and she wonders until the sun sets and the crickets fill the air. In her mind, the scene shifts to the front door. She pictures her father finally coming home. She hopes for it with all her heart. It's going to be tonight. She knows it is. Her heart flutters as she opens her eyes expectantly. The sky is purple and the path outside is empty. She was wrong. He hasn't come home. She shoves the curtains across and turns from the window. My friends, let's go inside and see if she's all right. This way.
That's new.
What?
Interesting. This is new. What's this about?
I'm not sure she'd be happy with 80 people searching around her room.
Nope.
Well, you know, it's
She's
cheaper.
fine with it. They technically
she's
can't,
less
they
hospitable.
technically can't see us. We're fine.
Spaghetti.
It's complicated. I'll maybe explain later if I actually remember.
No, it's...
Yeah, I don't think I... What I'm wondering is how she got a Mario question block in her
Have
room.
you seen Dream Team?
My friends, the story continues.
Please do. Thank you kindly.
The girl trudges through the dark house. The kitchen is empty. Her mother has forgotten to cook again. The girl grabs an apple from the table, pulls up a chair, and eats alone. She closes her eyes again, wanting to go to another place. The image slowly forms in her mind. Wisp of mist brushing by, the gentle rush of cool air in her ears, the deep thrum as she passes through clouds, the land far below her, everything cast in a radiant golden light. Then, the sky knocks. No, not the sky. She opens her eyes. Could it be? The chair clatters to the ground as she runs toward the front door. She can't contain her excitement. There he is. He is finally home. She lets out a cry of joy and a bit of sadness. Her father picks her up and holds her tightly. Is Mama still sleeping by the radar? Papa's voice is warm and comforting, like the clouds she flew through. Only when you're gone so long. Her mother's voice drifts in, warming the room. She joins them in a tight embrace. I'll always come back, he says. He takes out a sealed bottle of capsules from his jacket and hands it to the mother. He apologizes for only being able to get enough for 10 months. He seems really sad about it. Don't worry, the mother says. I'll manage. I always have. And soon, the house is filled with the warm glow from the fire, the sounds of laughter, the smell of a roast, and the little girl could not possibly be more happy. After dinner, the girl asked her father for another story about the pilot. He looks at her as a smile slowly spreads across his face. My friends, let's all listen to Father's story. The young girl jumps into bed, and the father and mother sit either side of her. The father tells another story about his daughter's favorite hero, the pilot. Each time the father would revisit the story, the pilot would be on a new adventure. But each time, a few themes remain the same. The pilot flies to new worlds with their legendary ship, and wherever they go, they meet new friends who need their help. The odds would always be stacked against them, but thanks to their legendary ship, their trusty legendary ship, the pilot always saves the day. The girl remains awake till the very end. And then the father asks, as he does at the end of every story, so why do you think the pilot helps people? The young girl squeezes her bunny doll and cheers. Because it's the good thing to do. The mother and father look at one another, smile, and then laugh. The daughter doesn't know what happened, but she laughs with them anyway. As her parents leave the room, the girl asks if, when she grows up, she can fly to other worlds to help people like the pilot. Scratch my nose. Of course, the father says. You'll be the greatest pilot, and someday you'll save the day too. The mother looks out the window. They tuck her in. The father turns off the light, and they leave the door ajar for their daughter. My friends, let's go back downstairs and let her sleep. This way.
My favorite spot. Come here.
The mother and father sit together in the living room. She asked him if he did what he set out to do, and if he was tracked. He says the same thing he always says. Of course not, he was careful. He starts talking about being able to get away with unregistered flights, and is about to go into the tendency for military officers to turn a blind eye to a certain amount of excess cargo. When she stops him with a finger on the lips. She reminds him that she knows all of this already. He laughs and gets one more detail in. She will always know when anything is approaching thanks to the radar he stole. If a military vessel gets near, it will notify her. She nods. She knows this already. So they both decide that it's a topic for another time. Her husband is home again. She missed him dearly. And so they go to bed.
Oh. That's intentional. Oh, okay.
The mother is woken suddenly. It's the father. He's talking about something on the radar, headed for the refugee camp. She rubs her eyes, confused. I have to go, says the father. I have to get them out. She doesn't understand. She pleads for him not to leave again, still not sure what exactly is happening. She suggests that it is just a scout or an error. No, says the father, and his voice frightens her. Look at the radar. The mother looks, and her heart drops. The signal is enormous, the largest airship she's ever seen, and it is headed directly for the rebel camp, off of the radar's edge. That's... she begins, but her voice falters. Yes, says the father. The Dark Monument airship. Last time it was deployed, it laid waste to everything from Eternic to the Aquavi Islands. The death toll was in the millions. Fire fell from the sky for weeks after, and to this day nothing grows there. Hidden forest camps, underground bases, networks under towns. It doesn't matter. Nobody is safe from this thing. Sending it there could only mean... He doesn't finish. He doesn't need to. I'll join you, the mother says. I was an engineer in the military. I can help. You were, until they discharged you for your condition. He takes hold of her shoulders and looks her in the eyes. The moonlight from outside dims and the room goes dark. I need you to stay here. Protect our daughter. The Grey soldiers will easily detect her potential. They'll take her away from us. We can't let our daughter become another weapon for them. The mother feels as though she is in a nightmare. Can't you contact the Ethos Coalition for help? The Coalition's resistance ships won't make it in time. I can outrun that abomination. I smuggled them into the camp in the first place, so it's up to me to get them out of there. I'm their only hope. His hands slide down her arms as he takes hold of her fingers. She's trembling. Listen, I was the same as them. A refugee on the run, remember? And then you rescued me. I have to return the favor. It's the good thing to do. Reluctantly, she nods. He kisses her and rushes out into the night with his things. The house is cold and dark once more, and the mother and daughter are left alone. A year has passed. The father has not returned, and the daughter has just turned 6. The mother lost contact with the Ethos Coalition months ago. Every night, she waits by the radar, staring at the night sky. Tonight, her daughter is with her, and together they watch, wondering if the moon is going to reappear. The silence is broken by the daughter. Mama, are you going to listen to the radio all night again? The mother doesn't answer. Daddy said it's bad for her heart to stay up. The mother looks down at her daughter, smiles, turns off the radar, holds her for a while, and puts her to bed. She promises that she will sleep on time and closes the door. The mother goes back to the radar and turns it on. She listens with her head in her arms. She listens until sleep takes her. A loud voice screeches. Attention, attention. This area is under martial law by order of the Grey. Surrender all ether users immediately or face execution. She changes her channels, but it's everywhere. She presses her hands against her ears, but the voice fills her mind. Then she looks at the radar, and she sees it. It's already over the forest. The cursed ship is here. But why? No, she doesn't have time to think. They have to escape. The mother rushes upstairs, wakes her daughter and dresses her. The daughter only has time to grab her bunny doll before the banging sound echoes from the ground floor. The sounds of splintering wood terrifies them both. They run toward the outside balcony. Quickly! My friends, this way!